Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for November 2022. And in your past position here, you have this full moon in Aries. It says fiery climax approaches. You also have the new moon in Aries, which says it's time to take action. So clearly could be time for you to take action on something that you've been thinking about taking action on. Clearly, this reading gets pretty juicy, I have to say. You have a lot of really good cards here. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Pentacles, Empress, World. Like, are you kidding me? Looks like a very good reading to me. Again, a lot of these action cards have been coming up in a lot of the readings for pretty much everyone. And again, I think it's just because it's time to take action. We're about to have Jupiter entering into Pisces next year. Well, at the end of this year, technically. Currently, it's retrograding back through Pisces. What I would say is there could be a lot of growth, a lot of abundance coming in for you. People don't really like when I say take action, but I don't know, take action. If you can't handle it, then I don't know, sit around all day on a couch. I really don't care. But for those of you that want to be successful, that know that you can create, do, have, be more, then this reading is for you. Again, if you're a couch potato, probably not for you. You have the Three of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Pentacles here. Definitely, teamwork makes the dream work with the Three Cups and the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles as well. There's a lot of people on the Ten of Pentacles, and you also have the World and the Empress. It's like there is a ton of attention for you. And I definitely feel that's true for water signs right now, but, you know, especially you, and it could have a lot to do with Jupiter and Pisces. Again, Jupiter and Pisces pretty much expands everything that we touch, or, you know, everything that we do, or whatever we're trying to do. So if you're trying to get love, you know, go take action, get out there. If you're trying to get business, then I would say take action, get out there. Any action you take, especially involving other people, I feel will be extremely, extremely abundant for you with the Three of Cups. Again, I keep saying that we're entering into this time of co-creation. One of my favorite books of all time, The Science of Getting Rich. Wallace D. Wattles, the author, and this was written in like the 1900s, like super early 1900s, but he was way ahead of his time. And he said that, you know, he called them the captains of industry. Basically, the people we see as the evil billionaires. He says that those people were necessary to get us to where we are, but now we're entering into a time of co-creation where it's like no longer can we get rich by hurting people or stepping on a little guy or any of that other stuff. And the beauty of this is that everyone can be wealthy if they want to. Everyone can be rich. And again, we're not just talking about money here. We're talking about abundance in all its forms. So he truly understood abundance and how to become abundant. So again, I think that we're kind of finally at that part where if we work together with other people and we make sure to make their lives more abundant, then your life will become more abundant as well. And this is also for love, for example. You know, he actually used the word increase. So he basically said, when everything that you do, you should be getting into it, whatever dealings you're getting into, love, business, spirituality, health, there should be some sort of energy of increase, he called it. So, you know, I think if you're entering into situations saying, how can I increase this? Meaning, how can I create more love, more happiness, more joy, all those positive feelings, definitely going to be amazing for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune as well. I just feel like, I almost feel you're just riding the wave, which is pretty weird. But that's kind of like the energy I get for you here, Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius because Aquarius is right here, but it's definitely standing out to me. And you have the World. Could also be dealing with a Capricorn or someone who has a lot of Capricorn in their chart. So if you are, that could be who's coming in for you in love. But again, I kind of feel this is more, I get more of this kind of, you know, riding the wave type of energy with the Wheel of Fortune. That's not what it represents, but I read intuitively. And sometimes I think when we build up a little momentum, when we take action on something like a business or a job or a relationship, it's like once we get started, we can, if we're getting into the right thing, right, it becomes very hard to stop. And that's kind of like the feeling I get here is that something, it's like because you're doing the right thing, it's almost very hard for it to stop. I hope that makes sense. You also have the Three of Pentacles, which is a card of teamwork, and it's a card of quality work. I have a feeling that for, again, all water signs, the Three of Pentacles is going to be coming up a lot, mostly because of Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus, I think, doesn't really care like what we work on in life as long as we're getting into quality situations, right? So if you're getting into a situation where there is no quality to it, then it's probably not going to work out very well for you. But if you're getting into situations that are clearly Ten of Pentacles, then, you know, I feel there's going to be a lot of success. With the Three of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups. For those of you that are interested in love, I definitely feel there could be a connection coming in for you here. Could be a water sign. I mean, water and earth really stand out to me, and also Aquarius really stands out to me here as well. So I kind of feel that. I'm getting the word entertainer as well. So for those of you, I feel like this is kind of coming over here, which is very strange. I would say that if you are an entertainer or if you are in the field of entertainment, then there could be a lot of success coming in here. But again, you could also be dealing with a person who's like an entertainer or something like that. With the Wheel of Fortune, here you go. You have the King of Cups. Definitely, I feel you're dealing with a person who's on the positive side of the King of Cups here. King of Cups can represent, I'm not like the biggest fan of the King of Cups. And, to me, it's like basically he can be a little bit too kind of, a negative emotionally, even when he comes up in the upright. But it's not always true. Again, to me, tarot is like a spectrum. It's like on the worst side of things, he can be very moody and emotional and not good. On the other side of things, he has total control over his emotions. The thing is that I kind of feel this energy of you almost attracting a person who is an adventurer as well. You end with the King of Wands. And King of Wands is definitely one of my favorite divine counterparts to show up in a reading, for sure. Usually they're, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, but usually they can be very adventurous. So that's kind of like the feeling I get here. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. So I feel there's a lot of abundance and success coming in for you. But again, I also feel like you're riding some sort of wave, which I'm hoping we can get some more detail on as we move throughout this reading. Next, in your present position, you have this armadillo spirit. It says set healthy boundaries. You also have this parrot. It says watch your words. So I would be careful with the words you're using. I do feel that we are kind of in this period of very strong manifestation. Again, this is going to last for a while. I always say that we have Neptune and Pisces, which is manifestation on steroids. It's like if you say something, you're probably going to attract it very quickly. Or if you ask the universe for something, you're probably going to attract it very quickly. But again, with Jupiter retrograding back, it's even more powerful. Even Jupiter retrograde, it doesn't matter that it is retrograding. It's still going to be very powerful. And then again, at the end of November, Jupiter starts moving forward in Pisces. So I would definitely be careful of the things you're saying. Although, again, if you're saying positive things, then keep saying those positive things. I always like to remind people as well that I think we just need to be like 51% more positive than negative. So I don't think it matters if we have bad days. And, there are plenty of spiritual teachers that basically say that a positive thought is 1,000 times more powerful than a negative thought. So I think as long as you're just having kind of more positive thoughts and using kind of more positive words on yourself or about the situations that you're involved in, then, I think that you'll be perfectly fine. You have the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. It's kind of interesting to me that this energy has come up quite a bit. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction, and it's a card of like believing something so deep down inside that you make it happen, basically. There's kind of like a saying, when there is no other way, then the only way is for you to be successful, right? So I actually don't know what the saying is, but kind of when you believe something so deeply and there is no plan B, there's only plan A, you will accomplish whatever you want. And that's what this looks like to me. But I feel your beliefs are going to be like critically important for you at this time, Cancer. So I'd make sure to keep it positive. You also have the Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of abundance coming in for you here, I feel. I feel that you could be attracting a lot of abundance with the Ten of Pentacles. This is something I feel that you've worked for. I also am getting the word loyal. There are these two dogs right here. And they kind of represent companionship and loyalty in the tarot. And I feel like you have been loyal to something. And that could be why you're accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish in life. And it's kind of like gives me those vibes of never giving up on something. It's like sometimes I think if we just don't give up on something, then we get it, whatever it is. Like maybe it's a business or a career. And it's like because you haven't given up, that's what's creating success. I would also be drawing boundaries against anything that is inconsistent with this Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands can be a very inconsistent energy, although I kind of feel multiple things here that we're going to talk about. But what I would say is that you have the armadillo spirit, which says and the words that are popping into my head as well are, now. You've already experienced this. I feel like what consistency looks like, and you also know what it doesn't look like. And I almost feel this Knight of Wands is saying, like, hey, any situation that enters into your life that looks, feels, acts inconsistent, don't even bother, right? I feel this is kind of like saying, cut it out immediately and move on, because, I feel that you're kind of cutting out the crap here. And I feel like I say that to you a lot, Cancer, but I really get that vibe for you. And like every reading I do for you, it really seems to me like you're cutting out the crap, plain and simple. And this is your present energy. And again, Seven of Wands is a card of boundaries. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Tower. Yeah, again, I feel like you've had past Tower moments just in general. Again, everyone has already had the Tower again in November. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw another global Tower moment. But the thing is, sometimes I also feel that we can try to avoid a Tower moment. And I actually feel this could be saying, if you're seeing something that is repetitive, here's the thing, is that the people inside the Tower have been ignoring reality. I don't feel like this is a warning, but I feel it's something that you are observing. So I would pay attention to your observations. And what you're observing is, I feel like you're observing something that could potentially be a Tower moment before it happens. And so what is this? Again, if you have a job and they've been doing the same thing for like 30 years and they're not willing to change whatever the job is, and they're not willing to be open to changes, maybe it's time to start looking for something else. Same thing in a relationship. If you're in a relationship where your person isn't willing to change, it's like maybe you have enough evidence to move on to another relationship. And we do kind of see an ending here, right? Because we go this way, we go to the world, which is something is complete in the future. So I kind of do feel for those of you that are in a repetitive situation, maybe it's time to start looking for something else. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. I feel like you're cautiously kind of entering into new situations, especially relationships. With the Four of Cups, Four of Cups is like having a lot of disappointments. I would like open up here, especially if you're meeting a new person. I wouldn't be too closed off. If you want love, then I would kind of open up here. But obviously, if you don't want love, then don't. But I get this feeling of kind of just needing to maybe be open. Ten of Pentacles can also represent hidden or secret information, or it can represent maybe information we receive that we kind of discount at first, and then it becomes valuable later. So if you're, Four Cups, I feel sometimes says like experiment with something in a way. I look at it as baking a cake. It's like Four Cups, he's manifesting the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he just needs to mix it all together, as I always say. And I get that feeling here where it's like maybe you're getting some information that you should play with. Because maybe it'll be more valuable in the future. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. You know what inconsistent energy looks like, so we already talked about it. No, I'm not here to waste your time, right? Next, here, Cancer, in your Four Cups future position, you have this Harlequin card. It says, true feelings are masked. You also have this Chimera card. It says, imagination clouds your judgment. So I do feel like you need to be very, very direct and go straight for the things that you want. Again, water signs have been getting this energy quite a bit. And again, I feel that it has to do with Neptune and Pisces. With Neptune and Pisces, we can have some ideas of things that maybe are fantasies, like building a multi-million-dollar business or having the perfect relationship or whatever it is. And so the fantasy feels really good under Neptune and Pisces, but it's like making it a reality, we start to doubt it with Neptune and Pisces because it's a little bit cloudy. It's like, think of Neptune as this big water planet with these massive waves that are kind of going all over the place. Yes, I realize it's a gas planet, but just bear with me. Open up your imagination here, Cancer, because I can already see the comments, right? And what I would say here is that it's this big water planet in your imagination. Everything's getting jumbled around. There's these big waves, murky water, right? We don't see things very clearly. And so I feel like this is saying, you have these big dreams, you need to start bringing them down to earth so that you can experience them in reality. And I don't think this is saying, obviously, I'm a big fan of using your imagination to create what you want. And so I don't think this is saying don't use your imagination. I think it's just saying if you have an idea for your business, try it. Bring it down to earth. Take action with all that Aries energy you have at the beginning. You have the Empress, the World, and the Eight of Wands. So clearly, there's going to be a lot of accomplishments coming in for you with the World card. I feel like you could be accomplishing a lot in business and work and pretty much all areas of your life with this World card. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of abundance with this card as well. I'd also say that for some of you that, it's like something is missing here. Like those are the words that are popping into my head. It's kind of funny because there is this waterfall right behind her here that you can see. And the waterfall behind her represents chaotic force. It's kind of funny that I was talking about those waves kind of getting all jumbled around and moved around and everything like that. So, there could be some chaotic force in your life. There could be some forces that are kind of jumbling things up. But, she also has the power of creation. She understands that, in death there is life, basically. So she doesn't worry about that. And I always say that the chaotic force on the Empress, it kind of is tied to the Tower, and you have the Tower right next to it. So she understands that when something crumbles, she can easily just create something new. And maybe you are having that realization. But she is a very powerful creator, and I feel like you are. You have this Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is popping to my head as a clue. I feel the clue for you is that in the future, because this is your future position, in the future, things that are going to work for you, I feel are going to work like quickly. And I don't mean like immediately overnight. Okay. We have to, kind of use our judgment here. But I feel if something is going to work, for the most part, it's just going to work. And this is in business and love and pretty much everything else. There aren't going to be so many obstacles. And again, I feel like I need to stress because everybody's always like, you said this was going to be like a slip and slide and it wasn't. I'm like, well, that's not life. Okay. Right. For the most part, if you get into a situation, I feel like it's going to be smooth sailing. And of course, there are always going to be obstacles. We have to understand that in business and love and everything. Nothing is perfect. But for the most part, the things that are right, I feel, are just going to have a certain flow. And it's something that you're going to notice. With the Empress, someone's attracted to you, Page of Pentacles. Definitely could be an Earth sign. You have a lot of Earth that is kind of standing out to me in your reading. So, could be a new Earth sign here. Kind of feel like some of you could be meeting this person at school. I have the word school popping into my head. Some of you, I feel, are maybe thinking about going back to school. And very specifically, I'm getting as well, if you're thinking about going back to school for medical reasons, for medical training or something like that, like a nurse or a doctor or whatever, I would definitely do it. I feel that it's like the right path for you. I feel like someone out there is asking that question. So there you go. With the World, you have the Knight of Wands. Great time for adventuring for you here, Cancer. I'm actually going to show you. If you go this direction, we go up to the Temperance card. The Temperance card has a path up here, and this is called the path to glory. So if you are thinking about traveling, gaining experiences through travel, there could be a lot of abundance in it for you. You have a boat on the King of Cups. You have boats here on the Two of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands can also represent travel. The Tower can represent moving. So, adding it all up together could be a travel or moving. With the Eight of Wands, here you go. Exactly what I was saying. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, he has this scale right here, and I always say that Six of Pentacles is a card of equal give and take, but it can also represent giving to situations that fulfill you, giving to situations that give back to you. And I feel like you're very, very focused on making sure that you're kind of like investing in the right situations. At the end here for your outcome, you have this abundance and luck card, this fish card. Love it. You have this old man card. It says inheritance male on it. Some of you could be getting an inheritance, of course, if you. And, that's not going to be true for all of you, but I definitely feel there's a lot of abundance. Ten of Pentacles, a lot of good stuff here. I do feel, again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, but you could be attracting an older person if you're looking for love. Definitely feel that. If you're not looking for love, again, Ten of Pentacles is really standing out to me. And I feel that there's kind of like a little known meaning of the Ten of Pentacles, which is that the old man right here on the Ten of Pentacles represents a beggar. He's coming to this family and he's giving them a gift. So again, it kind of represents receiving something from a person who really doesn't have much to give. But it's not saying that you're going to be getting something from someone who doesn't have much to give. It means that you could be getting some information, some news sources from someone who you just don't quite expect. Sometimes I even think of like children, right? It's like sometimes I think children say things to us. And there you go. Forgot to turn off my alarm again. But I always beat my alarm, right? And what I would say here, confirmation, is that sometimes children say things to us and we're like, oh, they're kids. What do they know, right? But, I don't know. I feel like there could be some very valuable information. Could be even, you could even be, sometimes I think when we're in receptive mode, when we're receiving things, we could be watching TV and we could hear someone say something on TV that changes our love life or changes our business life. So I would just be in receptive mode. And how do we get into receptive mode? We just say, hey, I'm paying attention. We just say it to your brain. Hey, I'm paying attention for the answers I'm looking for. And again, insert love, business, whatever, wherever you're looking for answers, that's what I'd be doing. You have the Temperance card, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here. So I feel like you're starting to understand your true power because you have Empress, Temperance. This to me is like understanding that you can turn any situation in your life around. Temperance is about transforming situations, turning them from, negative to a positive. You can even turn a positive into a negative if you really want with the Temperance energy. But I kind of feel this very powerful ability to take things and turn them into what you want. And you're starting to kind of believe in yourself, which I love that. You have the Two of Pentacles as well. Two of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. So I would make sure that you're putting energy into kind of like balancing out your energy. Again, this has come up quite a bit this month that we need to balance our energy. So make sure you're giving to things that give to you. And you have the King of Wands. I do feel this could be a person for some of you. And again, it could be any gender, whatever you're attracted to. But I feel like this King of Wands Could be a person who's maybe entrepreneurial. Maybe they have a lot of ideas. I feel like they're very successful, hardworking, very driven type of energy as well. But I get like a lot of desire, number one. So I feel like you definitely are going to desire this person. But I feel like this person has like a lot of passion, just in life in general. And maybe that's something that stands out to you. If you're looking for like, who is this person? I feel like they just have that like zest for life. Funny enough, I do not feel fire. They might have fire in their chart, right? But I feel either earth or water. Really, earth is the thing that's really standing out to me. So let's see. With that Temperance card, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, again, teamwork makes a dream work. So, anything that you're trying to change or improve upon with that Temperance card, if you're trying to take a situation and have a turnaround, or if you're trying to improve a situation, I would work on a team. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. Something's becoming more worth it. Very interesting. Really good reading, but you have the Tower and the Ten of Swords. It's kind of saying to me that maybe you're realizing that there's a situation in your life that you have to let go of because it's just a waste of time. But it feels work related to me. Even if you're retired, it's like maybe you're doing work on something and you're like, I don't want to waste my time on this anymore. It's like I kind of get a very clean cut as well, which is interesting. And I'll take how it resonates. With the King of Wands, you have the Star card. Definitely wish fulfillment coming in for you. I would make a wish if I were you. If you have anything that you want to, if you have any wishes that you want to make, if you have anything that you want to manifest, I would kind of like manifest that wish. Really nice reading here, Cancer. So I'm going to pull 3 cards now. I'm just going to answer one question, kind of like a personalish reading. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. Feel free to pause the reading if you need time to think of your questions. 1, 2, 3. For question number 1, this is going to be all together. So think of one question and pause the reading if you need to think of your question. So all together, you have the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Tower. Again, set healthy boundaries this month. So if you have a question, I feel like some of you are leaving a situation. Could be a relationship. And this to me is saying there's too much conflict and you're probably rebuilding somewhere else. If you don't have a question, I feel like this is pretty much saying the same thing, that you're because you have the Tower here. But I also feel it's saying set healthy boundaries against the situation. I also feel, again, like I said with that Ten of Swords, that there's like something in your life, but I feel clean cut. It's like you're choosing this Tower. I don't think you're avoiding this Tower. It's the Ten of Swords. There's something that you're seeing that's no longer worth it and you're being guided away from it. Two of Cups outside of love can be you and your higher self. And I really feel that you're being guided towards something much, much better in your life. Really powerful reading. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.